Yeah, you know, a year ago, this group was ready to win the state championship, and we just didn't get the opportunity. And yeah, I really commend our group today. As tough as that was, they stayed really focused. You know, the summer, we had normal summer. We traveled, played, worked, we stuck with it. You know, we talk about a state championship almost every day in our program. You know, so you guys have heard it. I think you have to talk about it in order to achieve it. And but if you're going to talk about it, you got to figure out ways to continue to get better. We're excited. We were a really good team this year. We had a lot of depth. Our bench got better as the year went on, and that's because these guys created a lot of a positive environment for that the younger kids to get better as well. We still got to get here and make the plays. And I'm very proud defensively. You know, we hang our hat on our defense, and extremely proud of the defensive effort this group today.
I heard you guys have a picture. Is that in your locker room up in Berlin right now? What are your points for?
Good questions. You know, we have a picture of these guys on the bench, you know, getting beat by after second week of that state semi. These guys are sophomores. And, you know, it's just a daily reminder of how much that hurt. We would like to say, you know, pain and discipline is pain and regret. You know, we choose pain and discipline. You know, we want to really, that's the path we want to go down. So, yeah, what a great way for this group to go out. They had the bullseye on their back. It was expected, you know, and so we got everybody the best game. And, that's even harder to go in those years when you're expected to go in it to actually go do it. So, took a lot of perseverance.
This?
That picture.
Oh, chat. No, I think it's a good reminder. Just how hard that
you guys could hit a shot together in the first half. But as a shooter, what's going through your mind? You get some of those open shots.
I think it's just, you know, trusting each other and trusting all the work we put in. You know, some nights aren't your night, and you kind of have to accept that. But I feel like we've all put in our time. We've all worked really hard. That if shots aren't going in at one point, they will eventually. So we kind of trust that and trust that all our hard work's going to pay off. And these are good shots.
Dave, you talked about the pressure. Did that seem to build as you guys went along throughout this tournament run? I mean, did you feel that kind of building up?
Yeah, you know, we've seen Oslo or twice live, and you know, probably 6 or 7 tapes. But you never, until you start the game, it's really, you sometimes you just don't know what's going to truly bother people. And he made some nice adjustments as different people bring it up, and so between Morgan Yoder, Ashley Mullet, Kylie Moore, we have some sometimes right. Those other three they're as good of on-ball defenders as we've ever had, and so to be able just to constantly put the pressure. I see they turned the ball over 28 times. Erfurt's a really good player, you know, but you know, Marcus did a phenomenal job of just wearing people down, and we always say that, you know, we don't know when the run's coming. You know, sometimes it's early, sometimes you just got to be patient for it. You got to hit some shots in the middle of that run and so forth too. But you know, I love that our pressure in this game, you know, finally paid off for us and really brought it back.
Dave, your depth, everything down for you.
Absolutely. I thought even at halftime, I looked at their minutes played compared to ours, and you play a whole half against us, and then go sit in the locker room for 8-10 minutes and come back out. Usually those first few minutes, you know, tend to bother people. We got 2 steals to start the second half off, and kind of change up our press a little bit. And this game's hard to play when you're so tired you're ready to, you know, throw up or something. And we kind of had them in that spot where they were tired and we were rolling.
There was some maybe shots for careers on that.
Yeah, I thought about today, I don't know why I thought about it, but I remember the after-century game when she was a sophomore, and she had 4 straight threes against them. They were down 15, we came back and tied it up. So, it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, we got to look. I said this at the last press conference, that we think they can make a shot. We think they can, they think they can make one. We think they can make one. Well, we have a lot of kids that can get on the wall. So, yeah, it was welcome to see, and I'm really glad for them because the knee injury early, had to kind of persevere through that, and had a big game for us today.
I know getting that state championship the day before you guys were supposed to play, or was the day before the day before, that had to be so painful. Like, how painful was that, and how rewarding?
It was super devastating for all of us. I remember exactly where we were, what we were doing, when we found out the news, when we got sent home that day. And I think that is just such good motivation for us, especially with the way things ended sophomore year. It just added building environment, and it makes things so much sweeter this year.
What were you guys doing?
Yeah, so we had just eaten, and then we came to a Starbucks and we had ordered, and a bunch of us were like looking at Twitter and saw that there was a press conference talking about the state tournament and what was going to happen. So the coach and coach was making calls trying to figure out what's going on. Get back to the hotel, check in, and then as soon as that happens, they postponed it. At that time, they postponed it, so we were so happy.
Is this, I know growing up in Berlin, you see all the state championship games, watched a bunch of the teams that were working for you guys. To be one of those 6 teams in the state power, what does it feel like? And you guys.
It's pretty bittersweet for us. We've worked so hard for the past 4 years, and I think we deserve it very much. We've all worked so hard, and we're definitely.
So you're quiet.
Yeah, I would say, winning is very big, and we worked so hard to never let up. And definitely last year set a tone for us to get better, and I think we definitely
Dave, is this one actually
Yeah, I mean, this is a really tough finish for me, and it's not about me. I told the players thanks in the locker room because winning this one, I mean, it's going to make me whatever that next thing is for me. It's going to definitely be an easier transition, but no, they're all special, but obviously, with these 6 seniors being with me for so long, most of these kids I've had since 3rd grade. I mean, it was just something we did together, and I'll relish that forever.
Yeah, so this is definitely the last one for you. Congrats.
I want to open this up to any of the girls. You have been together for so long now, and this has been your life for so long. You have dedicated yourselves to this. You cried tears of joy today. How tough is it going to be to let go once the realization comes that it's the end and now we go to a new chapter? How hard is that going to be to move on?
It's going to be pretty hard just moving away from playing with all these girls, but all of us are going on to play college basketball. But most will be playing against each other, so won't be in the GMAC, but everybody else will be playing against each other. But it's going to be pretty hard knowing that I don't have Zoe to rebound my first shots.
Have you talked about this as a group before? Have you discussed it at all?
I know we talked about it a little bit this weekend, but we just try to avoid the subject right now. We're not quite ready to talk about not putting on a Hiland uniform, not practicing last year or this morning.
Dave said you were practicing Monday, so.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. My assistant coach Carly Maps had 25 alumni on her phone on a FaceTime call in her locker room when we went in today. And that just makes me feel unbelievable. You know, kids that were there, I saw kids that were in that locker room with us down there that I coached in 1992 or something. You know, just so that's neat. Someone sticks around this long, there's a lot of connections, and I've got coaching players, and I coach the parents. It's you're old, yeah, you got a lot of guys out there.
Marty's taking away.
You know, there's just a time. You know, I still love every day. There's nothing that I don't like about being a coach. You know, it's just. My daughter Kennedy's back there. I missed games of hers this year. She's a junior at a high Dominican, a great player there. I want to be able to make sure I don't miss any of those games anymore. My son's getting ready to maybe get into another chapter in his life. I want to help him out. I want to stay involved in the program in some manner. I feel comfortable because I feel like I have a staff in place that's going to continue to do exactly what we've been doing. And if I didn't, it would be really hard for me even harder to step away, but I feel like the staff is there. But I'm going to miss it. It's been trying to stay focused on the season, but you know, it's been difficult to go through all the laughs that you end up going through.
Dave, can you talk about the commitment of this team that your team's 30 years have done to Hiland basketball? I mean, a lot of schools have a good basketball program, but for 30 years, the commitment to excellence has been outstanding.
Yeah, I still remember when I started it, and I remember telling a number of people that I did not want to be that program that just kind of waits around for one good class every now and then. You know, I wanted to be a program that could knock on the door every single year, you know, for a trip to the state tournament. And so we coach for our kids to have this experience right here. And so, you know, our camps are first grade on up. So, you know, a lot of these kids I've had for 11 years. And so over the last 30 years, when you start kids that young and they get to see how it's done, you know, that's how you build a program. And so even years when we might not have been as talented, we had kids that had invested for 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and sometimes we can still compete at the state level. So yeah, I feel good that we accomplished what we started out to do. That's, you know, put a program in place that was going to knock on the door every year.
Coach, you shared, you know, an emotional moment with your daughter, you know, hug of parent, she comes off the court. What was that like? What was it like to have her around this year?
Yeah, it was neat. You know, Gabby was a tremendous soccer player, set a lot of records at Hiland. Didn't play basketball the last 2 years, and you know, but she played with these guys all the way through, and we were low on numbers. And I asked Gabby if she would consider coming back. She's a senior, and playing with the team so that we could have our younger kids have some JV games. And so, you know, Gabby sacrificed a lot to be able to do that. Not many seniors would do that. But for me, it was just a blessing. I got a chance to, you know, spend this final season with her, and she's a great kid. She's good energy for us. She keeps it light, you know, in the locker room too. You know, she brings a different personality, and I love that about her. So I told her, you know, I envisioned from the beginning. I envisioned taking her out at the state championship game at the end, and she was going to get a big hug. And that's how I saw it happen. And so I'm very glad that got to take place.
Gabby, what was that like for you? Just having that moment that you shared?
Yeah, it was unbelievable just to be able to experience this last season with these seniors, especially my dad, and just to come off that court and just be able to give my dad a good time. It's awesome.
Kelsey, I know you haven't been able to talk so far, but I want to ask you something. You know, just you guys have known each other for a long time. What are some of the other ones that are going to stand out besides, you know, obviously the past 30 minutes?
Honestly, a lot of things come to my head, but I'd say the Classic games, especially this year, and beating a very good team,
we ask a lot, we got, curfew, and we want them to eat right, and that's, in any elite athlete, if you want to be great at something, there's a sacrifice involved, so these guys need to let their hair down, job well done, they definitely deserve a break, they gotta be tired. It's been a 12-month preparation for today, and we took 0 time off. I mean, it was just, every day, weight room, working out, and we did not want to miss the opportunity, and I think we were able to even springboard further. We invested more than most during this